Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. I hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on Floki. All right, it's been a while since I covered this. I think the last time was honestly in 2024, but it's time to cover it again. It's been incredibly momentous. I have always kept my eyes on Floki. I have a meme coin watch list, and Floki is definitely on that list. I've followed Floki and I've analyzed Floki basically, I think, since 2022. And I know that there's a very tight community around Floki, also around this channel. So for those for those around the channel, my apologies for not covering it more often. But honestly, I mean, Floki until recently, the price action just wasn't that exciting to talk about, right? And that usually also means that community members are being lost. However, right now, I think Floki has potential, and obviously it has already rallied a lot. Or at least it has already rallied since the weekend when we had some good meme coin strength. Has rallied a total of 25%, so you could say I'm late. However, I think we can rally up higher, and that's what we'll talk about in this video. Now, fundamentally, I should have done a little bit more research, but I fundamentally did not do any research on Floki or TokenFi, whatever. I think in general, things like that are also very priced in. Right, so if fundamentals mattered that much to talk about in this video, which I know Floki is a great project, right? I mean, I've always said in 2023, 2024, when we're talking about meme coins, like Floki is one of the meme coins that's actually, that's actually busy building stuff, developing things, which I think for meme coins, it's always great to have these catalysts. But all right, that's enough rambling. Ultimately, I think it's priced in, so it's enough to look at the technicals. And what you can see right here with the technicals for Floki is I think there's two relevant things. First of all, the breakout above this level right here at 8,000. So I'm going to skip all those decimals. I'm just going to say 8,000, right? But it's 0.00008. Broke above that with strength. Good retest so far as well. So buyers and sellers agree on the breakout. And then you can also see that what you see very often is that after a breakout, you have a lot of volume during the breakout, right? So you have a volume with this move, and then the volume drops down, but the price keeps moving up, right? You don't necessarily need very high volume to keep the price moving up. But now what we see is that we had a high volume breakout, but then after the bounce, which was relatively low volume, we actually continued with very, very high volume, with even higher volume, right? So there's not even a bearish divergence here. And what that has caused is that there's actually no major imbalances either. But what that has caused is a beautiful move to the upside, right? You can see yesterday we started to move above the value area of the day before with a lot of volume. We've so far we've only had shallow pullbacks. So I would say it is definitely a possibility we'll see a little bit more of a deeper pullback to fill the fair value gap, for example, right here around 8,600 and to test the 90-day rolling VWAP. But because of the breakouts, because of the structure, because of the volume with which it happened, I think we are going to rally up higher, right? I mean, it's technically also just already more likely, or most likely, that if you break this level right here at 8,000, we're in this area right here where you can see we've had balance here a couple of times, right? So we had balance here. Let me not extend that. We had balance right here. So when you break back up into a previous balance, which we have done so far, and you do not get a strong reaction at the POC, which we have not, it's always most likely we're going to rally up to the value area high, which at this point of time is at 10,000 or 0.0001. So that's also what I expect. I do think, like I said, a bit of a pullback is more likely. I think fundamentally it's also something interesting. That's my first price target, by the way. I mean, if we hit that level at 10,000, which I think is quite likely, we'll talk about getting a move into that level at 11,000 and 11,800, which is also a possibility. Outside of that, fundamentally, I think it's also very interesting to know that token is actually looking pretty interesting as well and has a chance to get a breakout here and a reversal. Volume is also very high. So keep your eyes on that as well. That might actually be more potential with token, but that's a different story. Those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.